All right, this is going to be more of an unboxing than a review of this Thomas Nelson King James Bible. So I just picked this up today and I'm going to open this up. Obviously, I still have my old King James Bible, and this one here, this is one that I borrowed from a friend just so I can go through it, but this one I'm excited about. So this has an extensive topical index, over 72,000 cross-references, book introductions and outlines, the largest Thomas Nelson King James Version Concordance, which is pretty cool. And then back here, you've probably seen this in other videos. I won't go into detail, but basically easy to navigate, topical index with 50,000 entries. Now, the reason why I picked this up is because I've been doing a bit of a deep dive on the Masoretic texts, the scriptures from Tyndale, all this kind of stuff. And what I noticed was there was always references and notes in the margins and all this kind of stuff. And over the past year and a half, I've been going away from that, just reading the scripture without any references, which I like. I like for speed to be able to get through your Bible faster because you're not reading twice as much stuff, if that makes sense. But every once in a while, it's nice to have some references, especially if they've done all the heavy lifting. Why not use them as a resource? So let's just crack this baby open. Let's have a gander. Very excited here. Look at this. Okay, so we have, this is called the Open Bible, King James, nice gold trim, if you will. What else do we have? What does the pages look like? Oh, shiny gold, which is nice. A little bit different than this one. This one's gold too, I guess, but they look the same, similar. This is a shiny gold though. And it doesn't have the Bible on the outside, which is interesting. It does have some kind of an ISBN number, which I think is important. Oh yeah, this one has one too. Yeah, so let's open this baby up. So here, first of all, we have two ribbons, two silk ribbons. We have a red. This King James Bible has the black ribbon for the Old Testament and then the gold ribbon for the New Testament, whereas this one has, well, I guess, yeah, looks like it's on top. So the red is kind of nice. I like that idea. And then the black is more for the New Testament. All right, so let's open this up. Haven't wrote in it at all, obviously. I wanted to make a quick video about this and just share my first thoughts on this. So let's check the copyright. Open Bible, copyright 2019. All rights reserved, printed in South Korea. Thomas Nelson typeface. I don't see any other copyright, which is kind of interesting. They're not telling you that it's illegal to read from this book, like other versions where you can only read out loud up to 500 verses and all this kind of stuff. But anyways, so let's just go back. Sorry about this. I'm trying to record a video with one hand while flipping through a brand new Bible. So welcome to the Open Bible. I'm not going to read all this, but this is kind of cool, including Thomas Nelson's most extensive and complete reference system. So I won't read this all, but this would be kind of neat to just have a quick gander. After I've done the video, I'll probably go through it. This is smaller print. What is this? 9? What does it say here? 9 point? Feels like it's about 9. Yep, 9 point. All right, it's a little small for me, but that's okay. That's okay. Then you got the Old Testament. Got the welcome, the contributors, dedication, special abbreviations, how to study the Bible, Christian's Guide, topical index, all nicely laid out between the Old and the New Testament. You got the harmony of the Gospels, the Jewish calendar, Jewish feasts, which is kind of cool because I don't have that in my other King James. Teachings and illustrations of Christ, prophecies of Messiah fulfilled in Christ, parable of Jesus, etc., etc. What's that say? The Apocrypha, 1277. I don't think there's Apocrypha in here. I don't think so. I didn't even look to see, but no, it doesn't have that. All right, anyways, so here's the dedication to King James. I won't read that here, but it's always kind of nice to have. Special abbreviations, how to study the Bible. So let's just get to Genesis. Oh, topical index, which is kind of cool. That's always handy because I use Blue Letter. I think it's Blue Letter Bible to do a topical search whenever I'm looking up words. But let's just jump into, wow, this thing is massive. Look at this. It's like half the Bible. All right, so now we're in Genesis right here. So, what is that? It's like a few hundred pages right there. So we have the first book of Moses called Genesis. They have a little bit of introduction to the book of Genesis, which is cool. And then also who the author is. Just kind of neat. The time frame of Genesis, which is very cool, because again, I don't have that in my other Bible. It's always nice. And then some references here. What else? Then we have the Christ of Genesis. So I guess where you would be able to see a figure or a type of Christ in the book of Genesis. That's cool. Keys to Genesis. And then a survey of Genesis. So if you want a quick snapshot, this would be where you'd go. And then, of course, the outline, which is kind of nice. So they outline every section of the book of Genesis, starting obviously with the creation, the fall, the judgment of the flood. Part 2 now, we get into the life of Abraham. It's kind of nice. I like that. I like that. And then, Genesis chapter 1. So you have, in the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth. Kind of cool. Little bit small, the font type, but we know it's 9 point size. Here, this is actually 11.5, I believe. Actually, might be 13.5, so it's a nice size compared to this. This is almost half the size. But it's nice. I like the layout of it. I also like that they have references here instead of in the verse. It's right in the middle, the center column. And then the unity of Trinity. So this is just some more references that you can look up. The Edenic covenant. I kind of like that. It's kind of nice. So again, I'm not going to highlight this Bible. I'm not going to write in it unless I make some notes and like pencil or pen on the side. But this could be like an heirloom or something. Maybe I'll pass this to my first ever grandchild or something like that. I don't know. Maybe my son, my grandchild, maybe he can give it to his kid. I don't know. We'll see. This one is obviously the one that I use the most, because this is where I highlight everything like crazy. Different colors, different thoughts, all this kind of stuff. So that's what I use that one for. But this one, I'm not going to do that. I might not even write at the front of this. I might just leave this blank. Because I have enough King James Bible versions to keep me happy. But this is nice because I can also study and do a bit of a deep dive. So I like that. Then you get into Isaiah, major prophet. So let me just see what that looks like as well. So you got the book of Isaiah, author of Isaiah, the time frame of Isaiah, which is always cool because sometimes you get mixed up or you get lost in the timing of when these books are. Christ of Isaiah, keys to Isaiah, and a quick survey of Isaiah, which is very cool. I like it. And then you got an outline. So this is great. I think by the time you get through the Bible here, you're going to have a great snapshot, a great understanding, at least of the Bible, what it's about, and all that kind of stuff. So I like that. I like how it's laid out. Pretty nice. Something you can be proud to own. What's the New Testament look like? Let's see if there's an introduction here. Oh yeah, this is kind of nice. See, I like this stuff. These guys take time to put all this stuff in, so I felt bad just having a Bible where there's no notes. Because if you have notes like this, it'll just help you put together some of the pieces here when you're going through the Bible. So I like this. History of Israel, poetic books, the heart of the Jews, history of Israel, the kingdom. Look at all these charts, maps. Kind of cool. I haven't even checked the back of the book yet. Very nice. Wow. Very happy. Look at this. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Yeah, I like it. I'm going to have fun with this. I'll tell you what. Visual survey of the Bible. So yeah, it's very nice. So let's just go to the back. See what the maps look like, if there's any maps. More references, which is kind of cool. They said this is an exhaustive reference, basically. So that's kind of cool. So maps, are these different? It's a little bit different than my other Bible. Not much. Pretty much the same. Got Arabia, where the Babylonians are, the Hittites. Sinai, Moab, all this. So you got some more. It's not too bad. I think the red, these here, I think these are all the, are those the, what are they? Where's the code here? Oh, those are battles. I thought those are refuge, cities of refuge. Because that symbol there, if you go here, here's the cities of refuge and then other cities. So this is kind of neat. City of refuge, city of refuge. Another city of refuge in Hebron, another city of refuge. So it's kind of interesting. It's very important to have these cities because in case people accidentally kill each other when they're farming their land and all kinds of stuff, it's always good to have justice. It's interesting that God created that idea, came up with it saying that you must have a city. And if you go back to Cain, when he murdered Abel, there was no city of refuge for him. He just had to flee and go into Nod, which is basically land of wanderings. So then when Israel took over the promised land, they had cities of refuge so that guys could go there and await their trial and then go from there. But anyways, kind of cool. Like that. Like the maps. Hope you get something out of this. Hope this is of interest to you. What is the price point Canadian? Price point Canadian is $61. So what is that, like 20 bucks American? Something like that? No, it's actually $44 American. So that's not bad. Not too bad at all. I love it. I'm going to be reading this day and night. Love it. Very nice. Got a nice feel. It's got an authoritative feel to it. So when you walk into church or a Bible study, man, you are serious. I love it. All right. Hope you got something out of this. If you have, if you like me doing reviews of Bibles and that kind of stuff, you know, opening boxes, if you will, of Bibles. How can you tell I'm tired? Let me know in the comments as well if you like this, if there's a Bible that you'd like me to talk about. Let me know that as well in the comments. And if you've made it this far, please do me a favor and give a thumbs up for the video. Subscribe to my channel because there's dozens and dozens and dozens of people that watch the videos, but they don't subscribe. It's probably like, I don't know, I'd say like 60 to 80% of people watch videos, but they don't subscribe. They don't comment. They just watch and leave. So I encourage you, watch. If you like it, subscribe. It helps me build my channel and get the content out to more people. Thanks for watching. See you later.